Hi, I'm Tom, and last year I spent almost $5,000 on a second-hand Lego collection. I'm from New Zealand, so it was 4,800 New Zealand dollars, which is about 3,800 US, or around 2,670 euro. There are about 70 sets in this second-hand collection, from what I can gather, including some castles, some pirates, Star Wars, some city sets, collectible minifigs, and a lot of loose parts as well, which is great for my mocks. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. I had a good look through the collection. There are a lot of boxes and instruction manuals as well, but it's whether or not all the parts for all of those sets are actually there, and that is my job. 18 months on from buying the stuff, it's been stuck in the shed for a lot of that time, and I am getting a bit of pressure from my wife to go through and sort it out, which is fair enough. I did say that we could turn a profit on this. And I think that's what I want to do. I love Lego. I love building it. I love mocking. I love collecting sets. And as you know, because I'm assuming by watching this, you're probably into Lego yourself, it's not the cheapest hobby in the world. So I thought if I bought this stuff, and I could restore some of these sets to their former glory, keep some for myself, sell some off, make some of that money back, make a little bit of profit, and put that towards some more Lego. That's the goal here. But it's going to be a lot of work. I'm going to take you out to the shed in a moment. You can see what's out there. You can see kind of how it's all been sort of thrown together into these sort of big tubs, and how many hours I think I have ahead of me going through this stuff. So whether I make a profit on my time, I don't think I will. But if I can get that initial, $4,800 back, put that back into the bank and appease my wife, then at least that pressure there is off. I have been going through some of this stuff, and there are some pretty cool sets in there, including one which is worth 1,600 New Zealand dollars, which is about, I have it written down here somewhere, 950 US dollars, or around 850 euro for one set. And I'd never even heard of the set before I found the stuff. So I'm going to take you out to the shed. We can have a look together through the condition of some of these bins. I'm going to pluck out a few bits and pieces. I'm going to bring them back in here, and we can go through them. I'll show you what I've got, and we can figure out sort of the value on some of this stuff. Now, there's heaps, so I'm not going to be able to do this all in one video. If you've been watching some of my other videos, well, thank you very much. This is my first sort of long video on YouTube. I've been chucking up some shorts, and in a couple of those I've been flicking through some of the stuff so far. So if you're keen to sort of follow this journey and find out what I've got and follow the process of kind of restoring it back to its former glory, then please subscribe, like this video. That would be really helpful. And let's head out to the shed. Come on. So most of the stuff is sorted out into these 5 bins by theme, which is quite handy. Over here we've got mostly sort of medieval kingdom stuff, but there are some pirate sets as well. This is definitely pirates, I believe, and I'm sure that when I was a kid I had this. So yeah, we'll have a look, figure out where those ones are from. I mean, as you can see, some of the sets, like, they've just kind of been put in here whole and broken up, and I mean, there's a lot of loose parts in here, and this is the concern. It's gonna take a long time to find the one slope that's missing from the one set, but every now and then you see something like this and you're like, ooh, I think I recognize that from a particular set. So gives me hope. There were, like I said, there were boxes and instruction booklets for a lot of the stuff. But that's not to say that the sets are actually in here, because there's also sets in here that there weren't instruction booklets or boxes for, including this one, which I'm going to take inside and we'll have a closer look at. It's got a very distinctive base plate, these raised base plates, which were pretty big when I was a kid. And yeah, this, I don't have a record of having that in this lot, so we'll have a look at that shortly. I've skipped over this one. This is some city stuff. I don't know if that's Technic or if that's, I don't know what that would be from. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of Formula One? Not sure. This thing here, they leave in Lego. Oh yeah, it is cool. But yeah, again, a lot of just loose parts that need sorting out. I've shown you that one here. Put this pirate ship back here gently. Over here is some more city stuff as well. 7288, is that the set number? I think this is, oh yeah, it's like a mobile command unit. And hello, what's this? Big in there. Doesn't want to come out, but maybe you can stay in there for safekeeping. Not sure what that is. Oh, cool. Octane tanker. So I mean, I'm not sure how much value there is in a lot of the old city stuff, but I do have a Lego city myself. So you know, anything that I can't find a new home for, I can find a home for in my my own city, which is cool. Oh, fire truck. Yeah, so some cool stuff to look through there, and a lot of that is actually, if you look through there, it's complete, like it's built. And here we've got some Star Wars sets. This is all Star Wars. We've got Millennium Falcon down there. There's a Jabba's Palace, which I've pulled out already. Oh yeah, you know, some of the stuff is actually, yeah, that's looking pretty complete. That gives me hope. That first bin over here, geez, there's a lot of loose parts in here, which it's concerning. Whereas, and same with this one actually, whereas, you know, these ones over here, a lot of the parts look like they may be relatively put together, although there's a lot of loose parts down here. Anyway, so I'm going to pick out a few bits and pieces here. We'll take them inside, do a little bit of research on what they could be from, and I'll share with you what I find. Back inside, and I brought with me this big bin of stuff that I want to have a look through. The first thing I found that looked quite interesting is this base plate. All right, on the bottom it says 30271. It's definitely Lego, but there's no set in the pile of instruction books or in the boxes that matches this. So I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to have a little look on Bricklink and try and figure out what this thing is and where it's from. 271, let's see if that comes up with anything. No, that's some sort of Ninja Turtles set. That's okay. So we're going to have to go with raised base plate, I believe. There's a lot of these. So we're looking for one that has a path between two sort of separate. That's the one right there, okay? And then we go 30271 PX2, okay. So we're trying to figure out which sets. So Bricklink will tell us item appears in 3 sets, so it's going to be one of these 3 sets, which would indicate that one of these next 3 sets will be out in the shed. Alright, so we've got King Leo's Castle, and Royal King's Castle. 2000, that looks like the same set, but for whatever reason it has 2 set numbers. So let's just open one of those up, and we can open one of these up. I mean, it is a cool base plate. I mean, it's got like the detailing right into the pits there. It's very cool, and it is in good condition. There, I can't see any cracks or any broken studs, any bent corners. Okay, so we've got one. I don't know if you can see that little hole there. There's one stud missing, but it looks like it's been perfectly taken out. So that's strange. And it also would be very hidden when this was built. And it's cleanliness-wise, it's actually okay. A little dusty. All right. Let's have a look here. So option 1 was King Leo's Castle from 2000, 497 parts. Currently going for $354. 8 minifigs. Let's have a little look here. Yep, alright, so, I mean, potentially that's out there. I don't actually know. I haven't seen anything overly obvious that would make me think that's out there. Okay, it could just be that I have the base plate. I don't know. And the other option is this Royal King's Castle. Well, there's quite a blurb here. Right, okay, I'll read that later. Yeah, again, that looks like the right one, but there's nothing out there that I've seen that would scream at me that this is out there. Let's have a look at the box. Yeah, Knight's Kingdom. Okay. Cool King minifig there. All right, so yeah, I don't know. That's again, it's not very conclusive, and that is the problem. This is going to take me hours just to go through and probably figure out which each of these sets are. But like, there are quite a lot of instruction booklets and boxes, but that box isn't out there, and I haven't seen an instruction booklet for it either. So that one can go in the I'm not sure pile, and that I'm having to start, and we'll come back to that one. All right, next we've got this thing, which is some sort of space rovery thing. It's got a cool minifig in here. I like it. I don't know if this is space or if this is another kind of space-ish theme. So we'll have to have a little bit of a look for what this one could be. Now, put that there. I do have some instruction booklets. I'll have a quick little flick through here and see if I can find something that matches that. All right. Galaxy Squad. Okay, so this is clearly a Galaxy Squad set. This is a cool set. 70709. So 70709. It's got this big sort of spaceship on there. That's quite handy. There's a picture of it on the back. Big sort of spaceship on there, which I haven't seen out there. So that one's probably broken up into 1,000 pieces. And then it's got this guy as well. All right, so that's an easy one. Phew. Okay, so I can put that together. I know now that 70709 is out there, well, at least in part. So I'll put that down here. Here's one that's going to be a challenge. Partly built. I think it's safe to say it's some sort of medieval. Maybe one of the kingdoms sets or castle sets. What exactly it is, I'm not sure. It is a cool build though. I do love the medieval stuff. If I'm going to keep some of the stuff rather than sell it all and try and get some of my money back, if I can afford to keep some of it, I think it's the stuff that I'd be really into. It's very cool. All right, so now there is a clue up here actually. I have 4 of these goats. So these goats are the original Lego goats, and they're currently selling on Bricklink for around 150 New Zealand dollars each. All right, so they came in a set called Mill Village Raid, and I'm wondering if this is from the same set. No, okay, no. But we do have 2 goats in the set, and I have 4 of the goats here, which is cool. I'm pretty excited about that. They're selling at the moment, average price used, 541 New Zealand dollars. But I'd say a lot of the value in that will be these goats. If we look down here, find the goat. Where's the goat? Goat. Where you at, goat? Chicken, goat. All right. So these goats only ever appeared in that one set. There have been some goats come out, was it late last year or early this year? They are different though. Yeah, one with a collectible minifig, one with a sort of a remake of a medieval market, I think it was. But these are the original goats selling, 148 New Zealand dollars. Crazy money for such a small thing. Let's have a look here. So in euro, they're going for around 69 euro, Australian 129, pounds 75, Canadian 86, and then the list goes on and on and on. And US was at the top. There we go, 107 US. Woo-hoo. All right, for a goat, eh? Who would have thought? Okay, so we know that there's 2 Mill Village raids. This, I don't know. I do have instruction booklets again. They're not complete, but I might get lucky here. Alright, so those are sort of Star Wars ones. They're heavy! Alright. Hello. Okay. Alright, so actually this is the set I think that they remade and then added the goats to. It's 10193. 10193. So having a look here on Bricklink. Okay, from 2009, 8 figs, 1,568 parts. Okay, cool. So as you can see there, from here there's two of these kind of buildings up the top here, 1, 2, and I brought in 2 from outside. So I think safe to say we do have a 10193, which I know you're probably thinking, well, if you've got the instruction booklet, then clearly you've got this. But I don't know if all the parts out there match the instruction booklets or the other way around. I could have instruction booklets and boxes for sets that aren't out there. I just don't know. So I do have to manually kind of go through and check the stuff out. Plus, you know, how cool is that? I do love just looking at the stuff. All right, so here's a set. Ooh. Here's a set which is... Well, I know this is a Star Wars set. All right, this is Jabba's palace. It's all broken up. These are kind of the biggest parts that I have. Oh yeah, trapdoor. But I do have all the figures for this as well. So over here, I've got Jabba and... They're down here. Alright, so got all the figures. So we've got our Bib Fortuna, we've got Ulla, we've got Bosch, however you say that. We've got the Guard, we've got Chewie, Han Solo, and Salacious B. Crumbs. So let's jump on Bricklink. You can see them all listed here. The value on these figures alone is almost as much as the set in its entirety. So, you know, I've got all these loose parts from the set, bits and pieces. You know, that's going to take me hours to break that apart and put those together, clean them all up, make sure everything's there. If I sold all these figures separately, I would probably make almost as much as selling the whole set together. And it's a lot easier. I mean, the figures are already complete and they are in good condition. I don't see any cracks. There's no scratches. There's no play marks on these as well. Oh, there's no play marks. They were owned by a collector, an AFOL collector. So I'm lucky. Like these weren't a kid's toy. He is missing a cape, but other than that, they are looking pretty good and complete. So that's a good score. I'm happy with that one. Looking at the set on its own, it's going for around 460. I'm sure this was about 530 when I was looking the other day. So this is items currently for sale. Someone's obviously added some in, and it's at a low price, and it's dropped the average by quite substantially. Unless actually. Excuse me, there we go, 590. Okay, no, 590 sounds a bit more accurate. All right, so around 590 if it is complete. If it is complete at 590. Whew. I didn't actually tick the complete on these ones. Here we go, let's exclude complete. Oh, yeah, all right, so that's not much of a change there. Okay, cool. All right, so... I mean, this is the process that I'm going through. Let's do one more. And this is a biggie. This is a good one. This is the one I was talking about earlier that was worth about $1,600. I'm quite excited about this one. So I'll clear away the stuff and I'll grab that out. All right, this is the Imperial Flagship. This is set 10210, and as you can see, it was probably put into storage while being mostly made up. It is, I'd like to say it's in good condition. This is a little bit bendy. That could be flattened out. I've been quite worried about this one because as you may know, brown Lego pieces aren't the strongest. They're nicknamed brittle brown, and so they can crack quite easily. So I haven't seen any cracked pieces, touch wood, but I don't want to be responsible for any cracking either. It is looking dusty, I'll say that much, but it otherwise looks okay. It's a big set. I remember when I was a kid, my neighbour had a big pirate ship, and I don't remember which pirate ship it was, but I remember loving it. But I never got one of my own. So this is a very cool set. And I am excited just about restoring these sets, you know, pulling them apart, cleaning them up, counting all the parts, making sure everything's there, and then putting it back together. All right, so big set. Now, there's actually one thing I did discover with this, because I was looking at this one the other day. There's a part in this set, and there are 6 of these parts, but it is one element that is worth a lot of money. So jumping over here onto Bricklink, this is the Set Imperial Flagship 10210. It is a beautiful looking thing, and these parts here that kind of make up the masts, these are worth a substantial amount of money. Just quickly looking down here, 1,613 is currently what it's selling for used, or what it's on sale for. It hasn't quite sold for that much over the last 6 months, but you know, let's look forward, look positive. If we exclude the incomplete, then we're looking at around $1,700. So, but let me find that part for you. It's brown, and I can't remember what it's called, but it is worth a lot of money. Here it is. It's in this section here, I think. This guy here, reddish brown support, 2x2x11, solid pillar. Drum roll, please. This thing here, on its own, selling for 128 New Zealand dollars. If we have a quick look at grouping by currency, so US, they're currently listed for around $80, Euro around 85, Australian 100, pound 43, and then we go on and on and on. So I guess, I mean, I haven't actually used that feature that often, but I'm pretty sure that is based on the ones that are selling locally in US dollar, so none selling in New Zealand. All right, so I think we'll leave it at that for today. A good start on checking out some of these sets and trying to identify what's in this bulk lot. Remember, that was 4,800 New Zealand dollars that I spent, so 3,800 US or 2,670 euro. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Do you think that was a good purchase now that you've seen some of this stuff, or do you think maybe I spent too much? Love to know what your thoughts are. And I'm going to keep making videos as I go through this stuff, and not only identifying it, but starting to clean it up, restore it, and hopefully find some new homes for it as well. So if you're keen to follow that journey, I'd love you to subscribe to the channel, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Really appreciate it. All right, well, I've got a lot more work to do, so thank you, and we'll catch you next time.